Asian Star Radio, and I'm Sbba from the Asian Star Radio news team. Further talks have been taking place between farmers in India and the government amid a countrywide strike over new agricultural laws. Farmers have been demonstrating at the border of the Indian capital Delhi for days, demanding the government repeal the laws they feel will damage their incomes. Ravi Singh is the head of the international charity Khalsa Aid and from Slough. Ravi grew up in the Punjab and comes from a family of farmers. Ravi joins me in the studio. Welcome, Ravi.
Hi, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, many people in the UK may not understand the situation in and around Delhi and why the farmers have been compelled to protest. Can you provide us with some background to the situation and the impact the new laws have had?
Yeah, I think the background is we can see all on news coverage for the last, especially last few days, let alone last few months. I think a lot of people don't realise the farmers been protesting for several months, especially in the Punjab and Haryana and some parts, but these are very vocal. So we've been supporting hot food, hot meals, langar as we call it, 4 different places already last 2-3 months. And I think it's generally, in a very brief, very basic description, it's the corporations that will take over the smaller farms and all sorts of farms, especially like they've done in Bihar, where the bigger farms can take on corporations with financial muscle, with the smaller farmers, with average farmer in India, 70% of farmers in India have small holdings, like under 5 acres or 5 kile. So they can't challenge big corporations. If the corporations take over all the farming, agriculture privatized, if they need to negotiate any prices, the smaller farmers will struggle and they'll fold and they will not be able to carry on. So it won't just destroy farming. I think there's a misconception here. It will destroy completely devastate communities as we know it back in many parts of Punjab and Haryana now. So yes, it's a very emotive subject. I think people are fighting for their lives and their futures at the moment. Hence why they are willing to take on these protests, be part of the protest in this freezing temperatures in Delhi right now, whilst we're in the comforts of our homes, because this is their future. Either they fight it now and make something of it, or they walk away and lose everything in the after the next generation.
Absolutely, and it isn't just the young that are coming out in protest. You see generations, you see sons, daughters, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers. This is multi-generational, and the temperatures are extreme at the moment in the evenings in the Punjab.
It is.
It's so interesting to see that it's a multi-generational thing.
I think, when we see, I think what really, there's, people like myself who've been here like 35 years or more, or a new generation here, why are they so upset? Why are they taking part in protests? More so, like you said, when we witnessed the elderly farmers who are protesting and then getting frozen by water cannons, attacked by tear gas, by batons. And I couldn't believe it, because I work around the world. I work in Middle East, I work in war zones. And then I saw some of the pictures and videos where the police and the government has actually dug up their own roads and made like trenches. And they put tractors, they put containers, shipping containers, everything in the way, barbed wire in the way of peaceful protesters. Yet, according to the Indian Constitution, you have the right to lawful protest. So where is the right to lawful protest?
Well, this is what I was just going to come on to. I mean, in a country where more than 60% of the population depends on agriculture for a living, how important are these protests? But, even more important than that, how important is it for their right to protest?
That's what I mean. This is where they have every right, lawful right, to protest peacefully. And all the farmers that were going towards Delhi, they weren't armed with anything. They didn't have any shotguns or machine guns. And then, straight away, as soon as they started towards Delhi, what happened? The right-wing media started labeling them as terrorists, separatists, Pakistani-backed ISI, all sorts of absolute rubbish, and to rubbish the movement, which actually feeds those people who are rubbishing them. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the farmers, those guys wouldn't be able to eat. So it was absolutely shocking that you have, under the Constitution, a right to protest peacefully and lawfully within that framework in the capital, like other demonstrations have taken place, but they won't allow the farmers, which is quite I think a contradiction.
Now, it's been widely reported at least 15 to 20 opposition parties in India have opposed this legislation, not only because of how it's been rushed through into law, and the risk of escalation is imminent. Is there any room for compromise?
I think the farmers' unions and farmers have made it very clear they want to repeal the bills. The government saying they won't do it. There is, in the background, larger corporations who have been supported in some of the major government figures for when they got elected. They actually sponsored them. So it's a very tough situation now for the government. You got just over 1.2 million, according to Indian media, sitting on the borders of Delhi, and more want to join from Ghaziabad, from Rajasthan, from other parts. They're being held back. So I think the situation is very tense, and unless they reach an agreement with the farmers have made it very clear, we're here for a long haul. They say very clearly, we're here for 6 months minimum, do what you want. So I think there needs to be an agreement, and the agreement has to be in the favor of the farmers. And it's not about, I think, politics. Some people will support a different political party, another different political party, but this is more about the lives of the general and average farmer across India, not just a Sikh or a Hindu or a Muslim, a general average farmer who will struggle to survive if the corporations take over. So this is a fight, good versus bad, I think, because the bad are the big corporations. We've seen what the corporations do. And this is now a fight that people like myself, I openly support the farmers. I'm a farmer. And I think at the end of the day, if we don't support it, we'll look back with regret, like many other states in India are doing so when the corporations have taken over.
Any last words, Ravi?
Yeah, I think my last words are just what I said. Let's not make it into a sectarian issue. We had that before in the 80s where people start pointing fingers, Sikhs are this and so and so, and every minority becomes the target. This is purely about farming. We need to keep it farming. And let's not bring religion into it or politics. For me, it's important, as somebody from Punjab, that our farmers are supported, not just now, but in the future too.
And I think essentially it also boils down, it's a matter of principle. Big time
now. Like I said, you can see the farmers, they're sitting there, they're ready, they got their beds, they got their manje, they're relaxed, they go, okay, bring it on. We'll stay here 6 months on the main road. But can Delhi afford us to stay here blocking these main roads?
Thank you so much for your time today, Ravi. I'm grateful, and we will be keeping a close eye on this story and hopefully have you back again with any other further developments.